Hi Pisces, thanks for tuning in again. I got my swim trunks on, I got my snorkel. I'm ready to dive in and see what's going on with you guys. For those of you that have checked in with my videos, you know that I got the fisheye lens on my recording camera, and that's just for you guys. But when I go back and watch the videos, I like the fisheye view so much, I just keep it. So props out, shout out to all the fishes in the deep blue sea. I hope you're all successful in attaining, retaining, finding, and being truly grateful and enjoying all the love that's around you and the people in your life. Hallmark holiday or not, family, new suitors, new people into your life. Yeah, I hope that that's all going very well for you. If it's not, maybe we're going to look at clearing up some stuck energies, seeing what's really going on at the heart of the matter. And if it is, let's see if Tarot has any messages to ensure that that keeps going for you guys, okay? So Tarot here, we're asking what the messages are for Pisces. This is for the last 2 weeks of February. What are the messages for Pisces in the last 2 weeks of February? As we coast out of February, Tarot, what does Pisces need to know? Okay, let's get some cards out here. I'm asking for the last 2 weeks in February just because I'm thinking I might not have time to squeeze in another weekly in this short month before we gotta get into the March readings. So, yeah, just be patient with me. I'm a busy guy, but this is about you. Oh, Knight of Swords. Wow, here in the overall energy. So Pisces, this is almost for me saying that some of you are being affected externally by this Knight of Swords, by a person. This person could be in their late 20s, early 30s. And this person, I'm glad it's kind of showing up here. It shows that if you're kind of in a team with this person and get things done, some balance is needed. For those of you that might be at conflict with an air sign right now, I would be very careful to engage with this person. Just kind of like be on your guard, be a bit wary. If you're truly internalizing on this Knight of Swords, the message is kind of like it's going to come for you here. And I think in this reading and what you're going to find out this week, let's look at the 7 major areas in what's going on within you guys. And we'll set this Knight of Swords off to the side. We'll try and check back in with him for the end of the reading and really see what's going on with him or her, if that's coming through as a person. Root grounding energy, we've got 9 of Wands reverse. So this here is like, okay, what are we holding on to here that's not serving us very well and is taking away from health? This card to me is a warning about health for some of you guys. This is like, I'm going to say it, it's not going to resonate for everybody, but I'm going to say it. Some of you might be into things where you're abusing your body a little bit too much. For younger listeners, I'm talking more so about like trying to balance work and life with like maybe like a rave scene or EDM, and it's just got your energy. Like this person is completely drained right here in this card. And I want to make sure that you guys are getting enough rest. I want to make sure you guys are getting enough nutrition. This card to me says that the energies are depleted, and we're at the point where nutrition for some of you guys could even be depleted. So this as well could be an extra call to warning to some smokers that might be developing some COPD or some other kind of like respiratory issues that you're not acting on. That and that's okay. It's your choice. I'll never tell you what to do. Like if you enjoy what you do, then by all means, don't let me be the one to like affect your life that way. But this is tarot saying that there's a warning that neglected health, nutrition, and sleep issues are not going to be good, and they could lead to some digestive and some breathing troubles. This is not going to apply for everybody, but this is a strong warning for some of you in Pisces or under the influence of Pisces to take heed to this 9 of Wands reverse and grounding. People often don't think that their root chakra, like, it's kind of taken for granted a lot, I think. But, like, when you sit down on the porcelain seat, you'll really get in touch with your root chakra. It'll really tell you what's going on. I know that's a little grimy, but I gotta say it, like, when problems come up in grounding and the root chakra, you'll definitely notice it in your digestive system. So this card here speaks to me to increase nutrition, more rest for you guys, and like take some time out for yourself, really, and let go of that which is no longer serving you. All right, 9 of Wands reversed in the root chakra. Oh my. Yes, here we go with creativity. We got the number 16 major, the tower. What's that doing there? What kind of like structured thinking is going on here, or structured feeling in this? You guys had like pretty positive reading last week, and now the tarot's coming up with a couple of warning cards here for you guys in the base energies. I almost got a feeling that for some of you, things have been going so well that you're almost forgetting to check in with yourselves to like um, get that secure foundation, that secure footing underneath you, before like depleting resources and making plans, so that you kind of really know you're going in the right direction. The tower doesn't always like mean like, oh my goodness, things around me are crumbling. Like that's kind of like the base like explanation of the card through the ages. But this tower here it simply could mean like certain things around you are definitely like changing. Like you could be like getting rid of like an older automobile, but wondering where the money for a new one is gonna come, right? Or some of you like might be like in apartment or condo situation where a condo board is just like telling you, you can't have your flowers out on your patio, it's pissing you off a little bit. Or things like that, like a resident manager just being like over bothersome or things like that. Or maybe certain things like are in disarray. Some of you might realize that you need to like do some shingling or some eavesdropping on your house. So with this showing up in the spot of creativity, I got a feeling here that some of you might even be like trying to clear the area out around like your bedrooms and your kitchens, like trying to like change the chi almost, get rid of some nasty energies. Like for those of you that are living like in older homes, like in the 50s and like built in the 50s and 40s, there might be some stagnant energies that some of you are trying to clear out. I'm not talking like haunted houses, like those things, that weird stuff's not going to bother you, but you definitely could like change the chi, like change the attitude. Some of you that might be like flying high right now, are like subconsciously being affected by like some different weird energies that are going on in the creative center. For those of you that are out having a good time, this could mean still some ignited passions with some uncertainty if this partner is going to be the long-term one. And some of you might just not even care. So that's okay. That's okay. Here we go into solar plexus. Oh, high priestess upside down. Gut instincts. Some of you are kind of at a point, I think, where time might be running out on a situation where you're gonna need to like spill the beans, like to be forthright and very truthful, like nuts and bolts truthful about a situation. This card shows here that you might have been like even like keeping a certain aspect or part of yourself a little bit hidden or shaded from some of the people around you. And that's your choice. I'm not going to say it's unhealthy. That's your choice. This high priestess in reverse shows that the time might be running out. Like things might become exposed or like brought to light here for you in these last 2 weeks of February. It's either going to work for you or it's going to work against you, depending on where you're at in your personal path. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you that situations are going to culminate, whether it's people, whether it's like paperwork, or whether it's, some of you, for you, you might even be like, this like could be like even like jury duty, or like being called to like testify, or like writing down witness statements for like something that you might have seen, like different things like that. But this is kind of like when she's like upside down here and in this gut instinct, this is kind of like spilled beans like type stuff. And we'll see when we get up here to our personal truth here if we get any more insight into that, because she's definitely a major card, a major energy to have in your spread. And the fact that this is for 2 weeks here, this could be as well here saying that some of you might be in a situation here where you're knowing there's more to you that you've kind of shut off. You've like not really like, yeah, I guess repressed is okay, but it's not like long-term like anguish repression. This is more so just like parts of yourself, parts of your personality that you haven't engaged with in a long time, because you're just doing other things, or you don't want to look at that right now. But it's saying that it might have to happen. Time might be running out on things like that. Speaking of time running out, I hope these readings aren't going too long. They take forever to upload. Like my first time, they're like 10 minutes long. Now we're getting up to like 20 minutes. I think tarot is just like really kind of like wanting to get into some heavier stuff. So it's okay if we run a bit longer. I ain't got nothing going on today. We got some good natural light in the sanctuary, so I think the messages are coming through pretty hard and clear. Four of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so Four of Pentacles reverse says that some of you might be really holding back. Some of you might be really keeping to yourselves. This speaks more so to resources, but it's in a heart position. So I just have this feeling that this is going back to like information you're sitting on or knowledge that you're like, and again, this could come back to health issues, things that you're knowing that have to get dealt with, but you're just like almost in a position, I'm going to use the F word here, in fear of doing so. There could be a little bit of like another F word, frustration in knowing that we just have to, it's not like you've accepted it, but now there's like frustration and having to take the steps to correct it, whatever's going on here for you guys. A Four of Pentacles reverse in the heart area shows that this might be like kind of some regret here of some past relationship going on, and as well just kind of like shutting down. I got this feeling you guys have been a little bit shut down, coming or going to be a little bit like shutting off in these 2 weeks in February. It's almost like you're flying high, and then something's coming along here to make you really stop and like get back in touch with yourself and take care of yourself this month. Four of Pentacles. This is also affecting, I think this card is affecting all water signs here for the last half of February. I think Scorpio is dealing with a lot of this as well, and Cancer by nature. Like it's kind of a, one of their typical backside energies. So Four of Pentacles, if I have any advice for you on this card coming up in Sacred Heart, I would say, again, resonating here, in touch with yourself, but reach out. Some of you got some really close friends that you can really get in touch with, you can really get in tune with, and a good message could come from someone that's just like right there, like a shoulder to cry on type stuff, okay? So utilize that, use that if you need to, okay? Personal truth, let's see what we can find out here. The personal truth. Nine of Cups. So wish fulfillment card. So yeah, things might have been going so great for you that you might have been feeling so free and flying so high that you might be a little bit worried that your self-expressions have like really kind of breached the threshold of like other people's like acceptance and understanding of you. The Nine of Cups is a good card. Oh man, the energies are a little bit like dark. Like I think it's more warning here. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. It's a passive card, like it's passive energy, and it's upside down, which in this case considers that it could even be more. Here we go. 99 times here, upside down, reverse in the 9. Again, this card to me, when it shows up, speaks of health issues. Be honest with your healthcare providers. Tell them absolutely everything, every single symptom that you've got, so in order that they can help you out in the most proper way you can. The overall energy I hear, feeling for this is just like, this reading is for the Pisces that are truly struggling. The ones I keep going back to, those that were flying high this week, this might not even be resonating with like half you, but I don't care, because this is tarot for the Pisces that are truly feeling stuck, that the Pisces that are truly going to come up and catch up with the rest of you that are flying high. All right? So again, this could speak to some issues of health here. I also got a little bit of sense of nostalgia in this card. This could be like connecting with older family members, core family members, older siblings, mothers, fathers, that nature, checking in with them, okay, over the course of this month. Sorry, my hand's all in front of there. So personal truth, let's make sure, and if you're using this person for a shoulder to cry on, don't hold back. Don't hold back. It's time to get it all out, okay? It's time that somebody understood how you're feeling and what you're going through, because the added stress here and the health stuff that's going on here, if you get this off your chest, it almost feels like it's going to relieve, like, half, 50% of the problems that are going on. Like, at least it's going to reduce, like, the symptomatic things that you may be feeling. So vision questioning his soul. Yes, here we go. The need for transformation, the need to get better, the need to get back up on our feet here, the need to really get in tune with who we are for transformation. When this card is kind of interesting, and when we got and going back to this, I think that yeah, we got to clear up the energies around us and within us here this week, Pisces. And for some of you that I mentioned off the top that are like kind of going out and like really partying and getting into it a bit here, this is showing that there might be a little bit of a slowdown coming. You might be realizing here that like there might be some like personal like self-affliction that's going on with like like choices and behavior. So when it comes to this is a bigger, heavier energy for these last 2 weeks. I want to make sure that your meditations are secure. And what I mean by that is like, we're going to be like calling on angels here. We're going to be like clearing sacred space around us. We're going to be like, putting better lighting into our home. Like really, maybe switching up the genre of music a little bit to something a little more positive, something a little more inspiring compared to the typical crap that, well, not crap, but the typical stuff that you have been resonating or associating with for a little while. It might be time for some changes that way. In what you're taking in through spirit. And that always speaks to music. It can speak to food. It can speak to relationships. Many things. Anything that you take in that changes your internal energy and that affects how you go forward into the world is what's coming up there. Okay, now here we go. Granddaddy Crown Chakra, what we got? Four of Swords, reverse. And yeah, there it is. Like, resonates with everything, right? This need to like go back and withdraw. And the reversal saying this is like some of you are just like refusing to do it, not taking those steps, right? Not getting it off your chest, holding up. So this here in the Four of Swords reversed here is that some of you are really going to need to get some discipline going on here and get some rest, get some reflection time going on. And if I don't want to hear any lame excuses, I can't do it because I'm too busy. Well, too busy doesn't mean being out at the nightclub till 3 a.m. for some of you younger viewers. That's not too busy. That's a lifestyle choice. So that's just kind of the warning here. And Knight of Swords, I think for a lot of you, is definitely gone back to this internal. Too far, too fast, Pisces. Too much, too soon. And while it was really feeling good on the outside and in the moment, Tarot was saying here, these last 2 weeks of February, something's coming to gonna make you check yourself before you wreck yourself, kind of thing. Okay, so that's what I got for you. Not like super like cheery this week, but you guys have had a lot of that in early February, so I'm not like too worried about it. And I like I said before, I just think that this tarot is really speaking to the people that are under the influence of Pisces who might really be stuck. So if you're out enjoying your life, enjoying your time, and this reading didn't resonate with you, I hope you clicked off at like minute 2. But if you're still here, maybe you got another friend that's influenced by Pisces and you can be that shoulder to cry on. Go be there for that person, okay? If you really notice them being stuck, because that could be some really good karma, some really good rewards. We could get this, boom, like that would be so sweet, because then that would like bridge a nice gap here, and we'll get rid of that one completely, and then this one here could even move up or down to grounding, which would be really cool to see. All right, okay, fishies, it's gonna be cool to see you again for the next reading. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thumbs down, thumbs up, whatever you want to do. Just thank you for your time and joining me here today. I hope you've enjoyed this moment together in time as much as I have, and we'll see you later.